Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. So this song, man, the Prospector, has been asked for a few times. I know there's a little bit of history behind this. Apparently it was scrubbed from the internet for a while. Can't get on an iTunes. Can't get on any streaming services. At least that's what I heard. It may be different now. But this track here is not a high focus video. It's not, Edward didn't put it out. It's some guys who love the song, made their own video, so I'm not sure what we're going to get out of this. But yeah, man, Ed, if you don't want this track up, man, let me know. I'll take it down. But I have heard that it's one of the most beautiful stories ever told by Ed, and that's something that I feel he's unmatched, man. In terms of his storytelling ability, the guy is brilliant. His words are beautiful, and I'll be better off hearing this song, man. Even if I got to take this video down, I'll be better having heard this song. So let's just jump in, man. Give it a listen. See what it's all about. When these two cats get together, man, they definitely have their own signature sound, that's for sure. And not unlike other songs I've heard from these cats, it sounds as though Lamplighter like is playing these instruments. It doesn't have that sample feel to me. It just sounds very organic. The piano is haunting. It's beautiful, and the beat is subtle and subdued. It meshes so freaking well with the feeling and like the sense that this is already coming over this song. Yeah, man.
Yeah. He was woken at the break of dawn daily by the force of a light skim, and the sense that something was dying inside him. The first headline with the worst kept lie I read. You, my friend, have many lessons to learn. So we wrestled out the pharmaceutical blur. Left his mistress in this cabin, set to boot in the machines in a cold day. The hum of that synthetic pearl, pneumatics tunneling dirt, priceless minerals pepper the earth. Every single morning the richness of his vanishing world grew more distorted and blurred, cuboid and pixelated. Eyeballs foggy, blinking on the maps that he sketched of all the tunnels he worked.
I didn't know where to friggin' stop it, man. What an opening of a friggin' song. I was transfixed. I was just following that story. My goodness. Wow, where to start with that? Right off the very top, talking about waking up and feeling dead inside, and has this pharmaceutical fog hanging over. He brings it up against here, he brings it up again here in terms of the foggy eyes and blurry vision. But yeah, man, like waking up and feeling like you're dead inside, knowing that not only is he like has a job where he's underappreciated, it's a back-breaking, unrelenting work. My family is from the East Coast, and I've come from a long line of coal miners. Like my dad left school in grade 4, went to work in the coal mines. My grandfather worked in the coal mines. They've each broken their back. I think my granddad broke his back 3 times. It's freaking hard work, man. So you wake up every day feeling the aches and the pains and all that kind of shit from the day before and the months before, and then you feel like you're basically raping the earth of its minerals and killing the earth. You're hating yourself, and so he has this pharmaceutical fog that he's in. So he's either taking drugs to fight the pain or fight the depression or whatever it is. and then he reads the headline right away that says like, man, you got lots of lessons to learn. So basically, especially these days, it's like with social media and stuff, it's constantly you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not smart enough, your muscles aren't big enough, you don't drive a nice enough car, peppered all the time by that stuff, and so he wakes up feeling dead, and he's right away told that he's not good enough, that he has many lessons to learn, he's not smart enough, whatever it is. And I love that idea of the fact that he sees this vanishing earth that he's responsible for, because he goes to his job every day and does these things, but because he's the one that does it, and because he's high and all that kind of stuff, he looks at the vanishing earth in a different way, through like a pixelated lens, through a broken lens. Because of that, his idea of what's going on is distorted. Yeah, man, frig, what a great start to a track.
Eyeballs foggy, blinking on the maps that he sketched of all the tunnels he worked. A prophet of swords, the king of the serfs. Mud portraits covered in dirt, the prospector. Son of the gold mines, son of the earth. Working where the bullion lurked. Rapturous the bell toll, shrillings of a copper lethal. Bigger than the sum of any honest evil. He'd left his family behind, every second in his mind they were running through a summer sequel. Fuzzy apparitions of a cold transit, grayscale colours in this cold language. Rubble deep on this war-torn shoreline, war crimes rife in the plundering of gold gambits. Hunting for the shimmers in a pitch black.
I wonder if that's basically Ed's way of talking about, this is like humans waging war on the earth by drilling these mines and taking the shit out, because he's talking about gets into the war there, and I wonder if that's where he's getting at with that. We'll keep going.
Old language, rubble deep on this war-torn shoreline, war crimes rife in the plundering of gold gambits. Hunting for the shimmers in a pitch black pit map. He would make every move more precise, engage, repeat. Vessels on a setting moon, one shimmer shallow in the melee of the diesel fumes, giving room. The brightest brushless omnipresence, it suffocated every person present in the belly of his warm globe. Was never called to question, he grasped it tightly, cause heaven was his cargo.
Man, that bar there about suffocating, all that kind of stuff, and that kind of stuff happened all the time in the coal mines, man. That's where you get the idea of the canary in the coal mines. They send the bird down. If the bird died, they know that the level of whatever it was, carbon dioxide or whatever it was too high. They couldn't go down. But it's like, I've heard stories about them dragging. There was fires, people set on fire, all that kinds of shit. Dive, collapsing on top of you, all that kind of stuff. And I heard stories about them dragging bodies out, and when the mine was clear, they go back down, man. And this was like no questions asked. Basically, it's just no one thought about it. People suffocating, dying, whatever. It's like you got a job to do, you go and do it. But he also could be talking about the suffocating, as well as the fact that all the stuff what we're doing to the earth is also causing air quality to go down, quality of water, food, all that kind of shit is changing, and then that leads to suffocating as well. But no one will ask the questions about it or bring that shit up, because as long as we're getting our iPhones for cheap and stuff like that, we don't really want to know where the minerals are coming from or who has to die or all that kind of shit. No questions asked kind of idea.
Was never called to question, he grasped it tightly cause heaven was his cargo. Coke stopped grinding and the rock fumes rising. Every single worker felt the warmth of his discovery. A once in a lifetime tight find blinding. The biggest jewel the man had ever seen. Green meridian, great giver of life. Pay your citizens, make us millions. We've been working all day, all night. Inside your minds providing.
retrograde meridian, and I wonder if he's talking about the moon. That's the first thing that pops into my head. But then he's talking about the Earth at the beginning. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's a little transition that I missed. I'm not too sure.
Grey meridian. Make us millions. Yeah, he was woken by the sound of cycles in the silence. The second birth synthesizing artificial bodies out of stasis. Data tanks were running at their optimum pace. The frosting brain cells in the med bay of the spaceship. Shimmers on a mystic hull, stationed on a lunar base. 100 meters shy of the most precious man that man had made us. Woman never made it, lifeless in suspension. Life in his depression, soaring weeping in a doctor's arms. Heart rate normalized.
Okay, so he's talking about the lunar moon now. And by the sounds of it, it's like artificial intelligence and stuff. So it's like... So he's on a lunar moon where there's a mine. His woman didn't make it, so obviously his wife died, or he called her the mistress at the beginning. But maybe it's his wife now. He died, or she dies, and he's crying in the doctor's arms. Basically, like maybe it's like his entire life is falling apart now. He's not only is his job as a prospector now, by the sounds of it, being taken over by machines, he's also lost the woman that he loved, and he's living on this lunar base, away from, away from Earth, because maybe they were talking about Earth at the beginning, or maybe this is now. They destroyed the Earth to the point where they had to go live on. Had to go live on the moon.
Four patterns scattered on another bleaker.
Sorry, I'm gonna bring it back.
Woman never made it, lifeless in suspension. Life in his depression, soaring weeping in a doctor's arms. Heart rate normalized. Four patterns scattered on another bleak assignment. War between the islands had the corporation frightened. Turrets ripping day and night until the laser cannon settled scores of ultra-violence. Water in the wires.
I like this idea. It's very sci-fi type of feel where he talks about the corporation. So it's like one giant corporation, and they got laser cannons and there's war. So it's kind of like they're fighting over this mine on the moon, the richest mine that humanity has ever known. And now he works for this corporation. Man, like I said, man, the dude's a storyteller like no other, man.
War between the islands had the corporation frightened. Turrets ripping day and night until the laser cannon settled scores of ultra-violence. Water in the wires. Lifelines coursing through the innards of the makeup of these automated pilots. Futuristic miners touring the terrain in metal mechanized suits in search of treasures in the silence. Hybrids of man and machine laced the DNA sweepstake.
What a friggin' bar, man. Because there's no sound in space, and he's talking about these like searching for these minerals in silence. It's so friggin' beautiful the way that he says it, man.
Lifelines coursing through the innards of the makeup of these automated pilots. Futuristic miners touring the terrain in metal mechanized suits in search of treasures in the silence. Hybrids of man and machine laced the DNA.
I can't even, seriously. If I'm able to write something as beautiful as that, I'll be happy, man, because that's just in my mind. It's absolutely a brilliant paragraph.
In the wires, lifelines coursing through the innards of the makeup of these automated pilots. Futuristic miners touring the terrain in metal mechanized suits in search of treasures in the silence. Hybrids of man and machine laced the DNA sweepstake. You could feel the metal entering through the adamantium key change. Phase 1 to see space differently. Pneumatics drilling in deep space. A grease-stained tea made of meatheads, ex-marines, villains and sea snakes. A sweepstake of criminals keep safe. Your killers killers are peeps. Break your fillings and teeth, take the tip of their tools, break your weak face.
Maybe I'm wrong on this, but what I'm getting from this, man, is the fact that they're taking all these cast-offs, man, like ex-Marines, criminals, all these casts, man, and they're mucking with their DMA, and they're intersplicing them between man and machine to create these artificial miners out on the planet, just on the moon, digging in these mines. Oh, my goodness.
And a machine laced the DNA sweepstake. You could feel the metal entering through the adamantium key change. Phase 1 to C space differently. Pneumatics drilling in deep space. A grease-stained team made the meatheads, ex-Marines, villains and sea snakes. A sweepstake of criminals keep safe. Your killers are peeps. Break your fillings and teeth. Take the tip of their tools. Break your weak face. Tools of the trade got the galaxy heated. Production lines hunting the deep slate. Greeted with occasional keepsakes. An igneous heat wave to moon crust crumbling feet breaks.
What a friggin'... So he's basically saying the fact that they're mining the moon and pillaging all that they can from it, the occasional keepsake. What they're doing on the moon is actually heating up the galaxy, just like we've done or continue to do with the planet now. And even though basically destroying the moon to get what little is left inside of it. Man, what a vision.
Heated. Production lines hunting the deep slate. Greeted with occasional keepsakes. An igneous heat wave to moon crust crumbling feet breaks. It's doomland these days. Shimmering lakes, the tranquility drag the lakes bare to the lakes. The dead visibly run the jewels under 100 tools. Cripple and crush the moon, slaving in caves of activity. Scaffold the entrance and delve.
I love that lakes of tranquility, because the sea of tranquility is on the moon. And again, he's talking about that, running the little pieces under the tools and breaking them down, getting every last little bit that they can out of the moon's guts, this pillaging it, man, and breaking it down into little pieces, to get every last nugget of it.
Are dead visibly run the jewels under 100 tools. Cripple and crush the moon, slaving in caves of activity. Scaffold the entrance and delve into stars, into parts unknown. Every single one a savage on the path they chose. Draining every pigment from the dark rainbow and pick up halfway home. Green
and rewind it again, and I just listen to that and appreciate the brilliance of those words that Ed uses to describe the fact, like, when they're done with the moon, they scaffold up, so they throw up some scaffolding in front of all the mines that they've built and gone down into the moon to steal the jewels and all that kind of stuff. So they block those up, they scaffold them up, and then they have to look to the stars now to where they're going to go next, and what moon or planet are they going to pillage, and basically go pick your pathway home, meaning the next place they're going to call home for as long as it takes to pillage that and destroy that planet. And I love how the fact that he says it was like a path you chose, a life you chose. Like, this is, people know and we know what we're doing, but we continue to do it. So kind of like you make your bed, now you have to lie in it type of idea. I just want to bring it back, and I want everyone just to listen to how beautiful his words are, how he explains this. It is remarkable.
Activity. scaffold the entrance and delve into stars, into parts unknown. Every single one a savage on the path they chose, draining every pigment from the dark rainbow and pick up halfway home. Grey meridian, great giver of life, pay your citizens, make us millions. We've been working all day, all night.
I didn't mention this in the first time on that hook. What an amazing thing. The great giver of life, give us millions. So it's not good enough that the earth or the moon gives us life and maintains a cycle that allows us to continue to live. That's not good enough. We want to rape and pillage and steal everything we possibly can. So life isn't good enough. I want to make millions off your back. Just absolutely brilliant.
Citizens, make us millions. We've been working all day, all night, inside your minds providing. Grey meridian, great giver of life, pay your citizens, make us millions. We've been working all day, all night, inside your minds providing. Grey meridian, make us millions.
Friggin' melody switches up and it's so friggin' haunting, and what a way to bring the end of the song with this change up of the melody. It's so friggin' it suits it so well.
Make us millions.
First off, before I get into what Ed does with this track, I want a big shout out to Lamplighter because this is among some of the best producing I've heard in terms of a melody and a song, or a melody and a beat, and just a feeling that goes together with a song. It is as perfect as you can possibly get in terms of a sound and a sound, the music and the sounds of it. The at the end with the strings, the piano at the beginning, everything just comes together so well to create this. This is haunting work that is so amazing, and that meshes so well with Ed's words, which I would say, I mean, I haven't heard a ton of Ed's stuff, but what I have, like I've said, he's absolutely blown my mind. This right here is another example of just absolutely brilliant writing and storytelling. I don't know the story behind the fact that he originally wanted this, or somebody wanted this off the internet. In my mind, this is kind of like an author writing the novel he always wanted to write, and then no one then threw it in the trash can because maybe didn't think it was good enough, maybe people read it and didn't understand it, whatever it is. But the words and that he uses in this thing are absolutely beautiful, and is one of the greatest stories I've ever heard, to be honest. It's flat out brilliance from beginning to end, yeah, man. Both these cats should be proud as hell about this track. It's simply amazing. Every single last second of it is not wasted. It's brilliant. Thanks to everyone who recommended I check it out. I'm glad that I did. I'm better for it. Hopefully Edit is okay with it being up on the channel. Like I said, if you're not, let me know. I'll bring it down. Tomorrow we're back again. Like I said yesterday, we're on our regular schedule. So tomorrow we'll have We Got Next Wednesday, and also the poll for Thursday, which will have Brain Tax up against somebody else. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. That poll will be up tomorrow as well. So until then, till tomorrow, stay safe and be good to each other.